Ba 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 ba. Hi. It's nighttime where I am. So this. How's everyone doing? I have a headache trying to form, but so far it hasn't succeeded. But it's time for Inspector Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, the greatest hero the world has ever known. So let's pop in there. I've just gotten Machinist over level 50. Currently just wearing the level 50 Machinist gear, which is not great stats-wise, but I don't need, like, amazing stats for Hildibrand quests. Most of it is just silliness. Also, I have been subscribed for a total of 420 days. Not like in a row. Alright. So I've moved us over here so we can just start the next chapter outright. Everyone comfortable? The business of betrothal. Ellie has put her skills as a reporter to good use. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of the master Guguremu, a prominent member of the East Albnard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair a most exceptional shade of blue, and her beauty is the talk of Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. See, no one's actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside of the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Bruguiere Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It's here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol, overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not gonna miss, and you're welcome to come along. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna walk to Costa del Sol. Fortunately, they have Aetheryte there, unlike here. We don't have Aetheryte. We don't have Aetheryte in Vesper Bay. Only giant statues of Lalafell. I like that the statue is in the place where you would expect to see the Aetheryte. Here I am, Guguremu. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of... Long pause. Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled Phantom Thief and his letter of challenge. If you've come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. Hi, Bad Road. The monetarist specifically paid to not get an Aetheryte there, but Gigaruju can probably afford one out of pocket. Almost certainly, yes. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. Oh, fuck. This fucking guy again. The Brass Blades of Gabera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? I hope I'm doing the right voice here. Ding. Consulting Inspector Brearden, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved, but consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. People who have a lot of money tend to believe themselves to be above all others and more important than all others. Because they're assholes. I've seen proof that it's not just money that does it. It has to be passed down from parent to child. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? A man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless, he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed Bonds would be an obvious target for our thief, so too would his father Morgant. Yalta Nolto and his wife Sainana Nolto, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Guguremu himself. Finally, we have Luinart, a steward of Guguremu's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless, the Phantom Thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildibrand, man, I love that they just pass over the fact that there's 4 brass blades now. And then wait for him to notice. That's really good. Hildibrand Manderville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a malm away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Brearden. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease, yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even mine own. Fear not, friends, I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. It's just your regular clothes but red and with goggles. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance on this case. Me assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. Little nod. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I will be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Every character in this story is solid gold. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? Apparently he didn't know our name yet. I guess we never introduced ourselves. An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Yippo. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Dorilda, stole off with the Treaty Blade. Is there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? The identical appearance, the perfect mannerisms, or that is for me to know. I don't want to stomp on his foot or nothing. I'm going to try to be as helpful as I can. The perfect mannerisms. Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the disguise, you turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will, and yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. From movements to mannerisms, to that utterly obnoxious personality, this thief did not merely look like Lady Dorilda, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We're dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample power of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our Phantom Euphoria. Were you the thief, whose identity would you first assume? A brass blade, one of the guests, or I will not say. Definitely one of the guests. Would he? The guests are well acquainted with each other. One misstep and the thief's cover would be blown. Yeah, but the brass blades who are here also know each other. No, there's a more logical first target, one that would afford him the opportunity to gather the knowledge he needs, and at less risk. Yes, one of the brass blades of the Gabara. I think you're wrong. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into the Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question the brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from home. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Alright. And because I have the echo, I know exactly where he is. That's right, objective markers have an in-universe explanation. Albeit one that doesn't necessarily hold water. Aw, someone's trying to solo the crab. Oh no, they have a tank, never mind. Good for them. Found him. It doesn't hold water because for the first part of Heaven's Word, you're without the echo. But you still have objective markers. Excellent! You're one of the less incompetent assistants I've worked with. Thank the gods! Please, free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive! Hey, Freya! Thank you for 64 months of support. That's amazing. Now, there. Now tell me all you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Gugaremo gave us each our orders, who we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I know is I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I come to, here I was, stripped to me skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. Rude. You say you received orders from Master Gugaremu. Who was to be your charge? My memory's easy, but one was Morgan, father of the groom. The other was a Lollofelling gent from Limsa. Yalto Nolto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yeah. There was also the steward, Lewinart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgant, Yalto Nolto, and Lewinart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proven astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Hi, Orchid. I am near my Harley Quinn arc. Getting out of a toxic relationship because minus getting out of a toxic relationship because I don't have someone to get out of. Well, that's good. It always sucks to be in a toxic relationship. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. He's so mean. He's so grouchy. Just stopping to see them punch this crab. Just watching him punch out this crap. The tank came over to wave at me. And there we go. As long as I don't date the Joker, I'm fine. Ah, there you are, friend, and not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did you and Inspector Bearden's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgant, Yalto Nalto, and the steward Lewinart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend. The Inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified this task for me so. Ah, there's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under the canopy over there. Just you wait, friend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. All right. All right, what's up, Morgant? Are you a captain by chance? Or a spiced rum? Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our lives, in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill, that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from the Manderville men of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my Quillen journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word.
Capital! This is why you're my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good morning, Master Guguremu, and a fine morning it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella.
What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you anyway? Guards! Guards!
Now old you chocobos, Guguremu, I recognize you, lad. This is Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have you? I recognize we owe the man our gratitude, eh, Vans?
The phantom thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her.
Perhaps she's worthy of me after all.
He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete, fashion-challenged youth.
Most suspicious.
He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you.
Just looks at her. That's me, Vans, ever calm in the face of danger. Truly his father's son.
A worthy heir to the Bruguiere Consortium and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families, or family, I should say. Ho ho! Which reminds me, Master Vans, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we're wed. Ha 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 ha! The time-honored Manderville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Morgan not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unusual.
Ha ha ha! Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan.
Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according...
I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yalto Nulto and Luinard, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend.
And now we're going over here. It's a good thing they let you fly in this area, or there'd be a lot more time spent running around these docks. It was a good quality of life improvement.
I've not seen your faces round here. With the East Aldnod Trading Company, are you? Why, yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldnard Trading Company. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sinana's here's no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. But where are me manners? Yalto Noto of the Bruguiere Consortium, and this is my wife, Sinana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding and joining the together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time, with all of the fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, the lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I dice 'em up myself and make salad out of.
Gruesome.
You have heard of the mandragoras, haven't you? But of course! I once spent a year honing body and mind with the Fist of Rahl. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra-wats a day.
And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragora, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time?
Fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it that they'll not rest until every fruit and or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. They're PETA. They're PETA, but that arrogant worm song? Carrot juice constitutes murder. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sinana. Forgive my wife. She's always saying how meat's bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lad.
Juice from concentrate reconstitutes murder. Oh no.
Rimini, none of those three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there's a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu. We must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm.
You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Bearden will be back any moment now, and he is not the type to suffer excuses.
Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Leonard spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Bearden will be back before long. Come, Nashu, this is no time to delay.
All right. Hop on our flying horse. Over to this isolated spot on the beach.
Crates of assorted foodstuff and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Leonard spoke true. Ye gods! Are those explosives I spy amongst the coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all.
Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and these coconuts were looking awfully lonely.
Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation?
Hi, Rez.
Exploconuts.
Exactly. Well, they were helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just... Does this mean we won't be needing this piece of driftwood either?
Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there, and concentrate on taking your notes while
Let me try that again.
Now, set the driftwood down over there, and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. I say, we're most fortunate that That confounding Inspector Bearden is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now let's dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise.
Confounding Inspector Bearden. Explode. A fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone's returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here.
But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Bearden come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire.
Euphoria and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here and be quick about it.
Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu! We shall return for your creations once Inspector Bearden has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls, and we must heed its cry!
Ooh, that's some thunder going outside. Alright, that's the end of part 1 of 4. The quests are always in groups of 4. Alright. There's so much Final Fantasy XIV. We haven't seen nearly any of the areas you play. Yeah, if you keep going, it has you explore all over. There's so much to see. It's really impressive. A burst of inspiration. Inspector Bearden would share with you his latest findings. So Hildibrand managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Yeah, what's wrong with taking the back streets? Indeed. But enough about Hildibrand. Euphoria and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and... One sec. I am going to post some links in chat. Just to remind people that they're there. Think this is the right command? There we go. You know, if you want to help us keep doing this, those are some links you can do for that reason. And with that, back to the story.
Excellent idea, Miss Ellie. And yes, that spot just over there by the crates should suffice.
There of all places, but surely we could find somewhere more scenic.
I'm not here on vacation. I'm here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy.
Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Why is everyone afraid of Bearden? Bloody hells. Don't worry, Euphoria. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. What I think is fun about this plotline is it's got very little other than watching cutscenes and still manages to be just really fun. Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm. I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Probably fine. Though the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, Brew. Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalto Nulto, and Luinard. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over. Are the two of you listening? Oh, of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. But there's no need. Wait here and I shall build us a fire. By the bombs. Ha ha ha! Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal! Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I happen to have a flintstone on my person. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Woo, it's flying. What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan.
Gaston. There you go.
Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual card. See? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will last laugh. It is not the Lapis Maiden alone that shall come to harm. It's more direct than the previous challenges, but there can be no doubts as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page? Founding Inspector Brearden will meet a fiery demise. Ah! Fucking boss music starts playing. Oh no. I like that the Warrior of Light does not do shit here. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's okay. He survived worse explosions. If a Primal were gonna blow up Costa del Sol, we'd be all over it. But this is just not true. That's true. He got his memory back from an explosion like that. This game barely looks real, like a fever dream. Yeah, parts of it, definitely. You saw through the Fiend's ruse. But how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for wear. You have my gratitude. Yeah, facial posing ends up like that. Oftentimes when people don't know how to use it, or if they do know how to use it and want to make it look completely ridiculous. My favorite part of this leg of the quest chain is how deliberately they set everything up so you know exactly what's coming. Yes, it's such good comedy. Hildibrand Mandeville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest others come to harm. Vigilance, yes! Vigilance is the order of the day! What in the name of the Gathal's teeth? Those vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of inquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail! All right. I guess we gotta replace some vegetables, huh? Seems reasonable. The perfect task for a god slayer. Come on, Gaston, you're good. Good boy. Oh, it's raining, huh? Your back's all wet. Resby's being extra nervous. Go on, Resby. Go on. At least step onto the porch, baby. Go. Gaston, it's okay. Now Gaston's gonna make sure he's okay. Aww. Not bad, huh? What was that terrible explosion from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not, the fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguremu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods, this is no thief, this is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task.
Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see.
That cutscene music was something out of Wii Sports Resort. Honestly, there should be a game where all the cutscenes ooze Gmod machinima energy on purpose. In this case, it very much is. Specifically in Hildibrand. So, we're there. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days, what with the Mandragoras at large. I keep trying to pronounce it correctly, Mandragora, but I played too much .hack as a kid, so I always hear Mandragora. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take 2 days to arrive. Mandragoras. I've heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. Do not recall the name, but it was closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Hildibrand and people currently interacting with Hildibrand.
Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Luinart. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I'd advise against that, Inspector. There's no ordinary mandragoras, but rather bloodthirsty I cannot read properly. I'd advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gabara proved unable to resist them. Oh ho! A formidable foe indeed! Were only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fearsome enemies with not a shred of concern for her own well-being. What, me? Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say I, yes, I, shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. You are truly a godsend, adventurers.
I like that they make fun of the fact that the Warrior of Light never speaks aloud.
One of the Sundamal of the Yellow Jackets has been Sundaimo? I don't know that word. Of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Guguremu is like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together.
Alright, so we gotta go down to the lower decks, which thankfully is right next to the Aetheryte. Hi, Vines! Here I thought Mandragoras were just screaming plant. Well, these ones are fighting screaming plant. There's a similar set of fighting screaming plants in Final Fantasy XII. Maybe they're like branches, like plants have. If you've come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bill too late. Oh, it's his name. As were we, blast it all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check on the shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came back to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale there. Ah, 'tis the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend. The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us swiftly be on our way. Alright, I'm just gonna take the Aetheryte. I'm gonna go by Ethernet, which is a really good pun that I don't think gets enough attention. Oh, right. Since I'm machinist, I have double sprint. That's why you don't mess with plants, especially screaming ones. Oh no, it's the tiny trader. Oh my god, he's so small. Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip, a murderous eggplant, or something like that. Think I'd jest to you? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eyes like it did mine. Me eye! By the time I'd regained me wits, they'd already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined! Ruined! If I never see another bleeding onion till the end of me days, it'll be too soon! Second quest was much shorter. Seeds of Rebellion. The tiny trader would ask you to save the realm from a vegetal scourge. To hear most say it, the Mandragoras are a nasty lot, a right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell you, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow fronds from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution! Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes. A veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist. Huh? This muscle-bound fellow with the dim expression? I could swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Ah, bugger me, if it ain't the undead overlord what fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you... What could it be? The adventurer what bested the thieving duelist in single combat. Are you the one who bested the duelist? I mean, mostly. Well, bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true the duelist traveled with a demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? I mean, used to. But that's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for. This guy is such a piece of shit. If we don't nip this revolution in the bud, and I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind in the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and uproot them before the harvest comes. Many a case have I solved in my day, but I've not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra! Carrot juice constitutes murder. Salads a fascist regime. Let's see, we gotta go to the Isles of Umbra, which means taking the ferry over here. It's not a place you have to go very often. This is the wrong one. Oh, ferry skipper, here we go. You can use a flying mount to get there, but it takes... Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to try that sometime. Circle, cross, triangle. Double circle, cross. Right side up, triangle, square. Whoops. I didn't see what that said, but that's okay. We're investigating. Saying sounds. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. George sconces look like chairs. Yeah, kinda. From, if you get the angle just right. Yeah, that does, in fact, look a lot like a chair. Huh. That's kind of weird. That's what you get with 3D representations over a two-dimensional plane. Oh, this one has musical notes and dollar signs. Must be a starving musician. Aw, shit. And here's Hildy. Yeah, that's fine. We all saw it coming.
Friend, my pursuit of the Mandragora has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here somewhere.
The Mandragora's encounter. Shit, where are they? Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Oh, wait, I have to actually turn on the phase. Here, let's summon my Chocobo pal. Put them in full heal mode. There we go. Oh shit. There we go. And that is my burst damage, which is in fact really kind of ridiculous in how effective it is. Oh God. Oh shit. Shit, didn't mean to do that. Let's get rid of this guy. Jesus. Why are you invulnerable? There we go. Must have just been like a temporary buff. An invulnerability buff. Ooh. Jesus, this is probably the most mobility-focused single-player fight in the game. Ooh, is that everyone? Dang. Did this as a Dragoon had trouble. Yeah, it's a lot longer in melee.
Impeccably fought, my friend. I only wish I'd seen the battle with my own eyes. You may go on ahead to Costa del Sol. I shall be there as soon as I extricate myself.
I think I may have jumped the gun on the title. I had thought that this was the one leading up to the next boss fight. But that may be episode 4. I'll change it on the VOD. Oh yeah, they're great. You return. Feared you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage.
The stolen foodstuffs. You've saved my eye today. I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Guguremu is quite particular about his seasonings.
Oh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before.
That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion. But it is time we return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us.
Oh, the peppers have changed color.
What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as our many-faced foe? A gentleman must needs investigate!
Those are quite blue.
A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Luinat described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate.
No, but look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious.
Did I say purple? I meant purplish, bluish purple? The two colors are really quite similar when you think about it. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple unless they have some forms of color blindness reared in. Don't be an ableist shithead. Marceline must have drained the red. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time.
Rose-colored glasses?
Bah, the charade is up after that man. It is as I suspected all along. The goggles have proven the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu, the fiend must be brought to justice.
Alright. Search for Lunart. Up to the north, I guess. Crash.
You can run, but you cannot... Ugh. Ha ha ha! If you thought you could outsprint this Mandeville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest.
Done in by a snipper, a fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let's see what lies behind the mask. Jump scare.
Where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence. But should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella! I must find her at once! Oh, my head! It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Luinart. I swear on my life it's so. I was en route to the estate in Wine when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me.
Now that you mention it, the impostor was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him.
There's still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet, he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It's unlikely that he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We need simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Luinar back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety.
Aw, shit. I found you, my little ones. Let me guess, you seethed with anger at those that took from you what was yours. Oh, sad onion. Then it would appear that our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours. The game is afoot, inspectors. Wow, they like actually give... That's good. I like that. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? Okay. Now we head up here. Oh wait, we can just teleport to Wineport. 100 gil, oh no. All right, up here. Up.
Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once.
Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I'm a woman grown. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers.
Lovely though these flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Please call me Hild.
The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true?
I fear they are, Miss Arabella. But still your gentle heart, for as long as Hildibrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Manderville name.
The gods smile on me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion, and yet... You seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vons. Why, I've not even met Vons. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure, wear it always, the message said. I don't care how beautiful it is, it might as well be a golden shackle.
Miss Arabella, you mustn't say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you've not even met? Unconscionable!
Father says this marriage must happen. That it's for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true Oldon. If I may be bold, milady, would I be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as servant rather than son. You may think Father a cold and miserly man, but to me he's the man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I'll learn to love Vons, even if that will make Father happy.
You can't be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you'd not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days.
If I have to spend another hour with you, I am like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I as well must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. Alright, I believe we've got one more. With the maiden's virtue hanging in the balance, Hildibrand would hasten back to Costa del Sol.
We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our returning to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Mandeville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art that I would impart to you as well, friend. Though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations. Or, failing that, serve to entertain you when you've nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me!
Do we have to? Alright, this time we're doing the full flight. Da 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 da. You made it. Oh, whoops.
Inspector Bearden! I've seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation?
I've canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match for our own. There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. But Inspector, Vons and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. Huh. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the inspector here will think of something.
Me? What do you propose?
You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up or the like, like you always do?
Inspector Brereton, I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Vons. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what must needs be done.
The poor sop lacks even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now to the task at hand. We must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying about. Perfect. Euphoria? Find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Just gonna fly over here real quick. Real quick. Nah. Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you're wearing. But we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them as you will. She wants to be a machinist. Greetings, friend. Oh, what is this you have for me? A servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen... the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into these clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight. But the ceremony... Father will be furious, and Lord Vons... We are dealing with a man who has tried to blast me to the heavens, and almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than his marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. Lewin, if father heard you say such things... I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I've put your life in danger. But besides, we've not one but two skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Euphoria, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to the task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now let us return before the festivities begin. All right, Hildibrand. Let's do this.
Ah, you return! Me? Why, I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vons at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it, but worry not, I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vons before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend, I assure you that Inspector Brereton and I have the situation entirely under control. Find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities.
Well, let's find a seat. Very slowly. Ursus, how am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about?
Friends, family, business associates, 'tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Bruguière Consortium and the East Aldnod Trading Company.
We trust that you've been enjoying the food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation.
Ah, the Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales of her beauty are true, Vons is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yalto Nalto, Sinora, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son Vons, future chair of the Bruguière Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gugaremu of the East Aldnard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows ere today, that the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come.
Damn you, Hildibrand Manderville, you had one job. Gasp. She's beautiful. With the rabble expecting otherwise, she is my bride after all. Milady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray, give your hand unto mine.
My sun and stars, yes! Yes, 1,000 times yes! I am yours and shall be forevermore! What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant?
I want to point out, as far as I remember, I believe it's just this shitty kid who gets after him for wearing a dress. And I may be wrong about that. So we may have some unfunny jokes here. I'm going to try and read them as written if such is the way. Oh, not quite what I'd intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. It is a distraction. And honestly, he's pulling it off.
Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life.
Got that corsage on his wrist and all.
The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vons, or shall I call you by another name? The Thief of Many Faces!
Nashu fell asleep again. Me? The thief? Are you mad? He is wearing gloves.
It appears my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate.
Hey, I know Manny faces. I watched a lot of Masters of the Universe.
While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Guguremu, and her steward, Luinart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vons, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces!
And anyone else with half their wits about them. He's even wearing the blush. Hildibrand knows how to dress. You make a mockery of my wedding day. Gods, arrest the pervert at once. Lock him up in jail and throw away the key. I mean, I don't think he's actually, like, committed a crime. And just force all his blood into his cheeks at will. That would explain a lot. Arabella? Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. Except now, he does recognize her face. Isn't that strange? Glove on his right hand. Could it be? Hildibrand was right. Why are you booing him? He's right. Finger snap. Bum bum bum. That doesn't seem physically possible. The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! No, no. No, we accept your apology, Guguremu. Beautiful. You came all this way for me? You love me! You really love me! Beautiful, truly. The attention is most flattering, but I've taken what I came for, and now I must away. Milords, miladies, until we meet again. I'm with her. That was awesome. I hear that the real Vans was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Vans and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it's for the best. I'd find my own way to make father happy by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildibrand, who taught me this lesson. Oh no. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue. Yet in the end, he took only her neck piece. Now that you mention it, Master Guguremu told me about that clasp when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the Sun Goddess, it's one of the most treasured pieces in the Bruguière collection, known by many as Azema's virtue. The Maiden's virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. My parents' wedding caught on fire, says Bad Road, and they just celebrated their 49th anniversary. That's wonderful. Oh good, that one missed. Who gets it today? Oh! Oh! Oh, that guy is dead. Oh, that guy is dead. Over here, Inspector, it says, made you look. The fiend plays us for fools. Give me that at once. Can just see him off the side of the screen. That was really good. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Huh, another riddle. If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Yep, that was the thief. Totally the thief. It was the thief. Yep, tried to kill you.
Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer.
Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine.
Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably, the Phantom Thief, most certainly.
A case of indecency complete. The Parlay minigame is now available. You've unlocked the Parlay minigame. Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you by going to the toy chest in any inn-room.
Next time on Hildibrand.
To the victor goes a priceless treasure, while the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville man triumph over terrors and win the day? The Colosseum Conundrum. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one at the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. Okay. Hey, that's our first mini game. Yay. Anyway, we will come back around to more Hildibrand next week. I think I'm too tired to do more runs right now on stream. Maybe some off stream if anyone's awake a little later. Not sure how I'm feeling. But hopefully we'll get back to this. It's remember that there is a civil rights movement happening around the country and the wider world. Black Americans, people of color, are fighting for things that should never have to be fought for, like equal rights, equal treatment under the law, and to not be attacked, terrorized, and even murdered by the police. There are some ways listed here that you can help, including the Bail Fund Network to help keep protesters out of jail, the Okra Project and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help Black trans and non-binary people with food, supplies, and travel out of dangerous situations, and the Black Hills Legal Fund, the Lakota People's Fund to take back their land, the Six Grandfathers, which was stolen by white people, arbitrarily renamed to Mount Rushmore, and then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side. Under the second command are more ways you can help. These are all current campaigns and things that you can do right now, so please take a look at some of those links. They are kept up to date by my Sibs, Stranger, and September, who are September and Stranger, all one word, in the chat. Please let one of them know if anything else needs to go here. Black lives matter, the lives of people of color matter, Indigenous lives and lands matter, Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. These are things we've got to keep saying and pushing and fighting for until the people all the way to the top not only understand and acknowledge them, but work to make them real protected truths. We've got our schedule here, so let's go over that real quick. There we go. Okay, schedule. Tomorrow is Friday, so Katie's going to be playing some Tales of Arise. Saturday, someone on the Xenon Fiber channel is going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Sunday, Wandering Beekeeper on his channel, Wandering Beekeeper, will be playing The Wandering Village. Monday, we got September and Stranger and Katie finishing up Arcade Spirits. And then over on the channel Andymonium, Andy will be playing Outer Wilds. Tuesday, we got Annie with Resident Evil 4. Wednesday, we've got Sue playing Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And Bad Road on his channel Bad Road playing Shadowrun Hong Kong. Then Thursday is back to me, as well as Andy playing more Outer Wilds. Here's our YouTube channel, of course. We've also got, as I pointed out earlier, new ways that you can help to support us and allow us to keep doing these things, that's also a good one, but support shows it all. We've just got our Patreon up in the last couple days. And we've got our Etsy shop up too, where you can buy all of our homemade custom pronoun pins. Doing either of these is going to be a big help to allowing us to remain independent. So please consider giving your money to one of those places. We've got a YouTube channel over at youtube.truck.community or youtube.com/@squirrellily. You can find all of our VODs there, except for like the past couple weeks, because sometimes we lapse and don't upload them right away. But there's lots of good stuff there for you to check out, and it comes highly recommended by me. So yeah, thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time. Night, everyone.